What's up, guys? This is Cory. Welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today I'm going to be talking about a very classic and very much respected old Universal film. This one came out in 1931 and it is based off of a book by Mary Shelley. And the film is, of course, Frankenstein. Frankenstein starred Boris Karloff as the infamous monster, Frankenstein's monster. And also starred Colin Clive as Henry Frankenstein, Dwight Fry as Fritz, John Bowles as Henry's friend Victor, and Mae Clarke as Frankenstein's girlfriend, fiancée. And the film follows Henry Frankenstein, who in the book was named Victor Frankenstein, which for the movie they switched his friend Henry, they switched their names, the first names basically. So instead of Victor Frankenstein, it's Henry Frankenstein, and instead of his friend being Henry, it's now Victor. Why? I'm not entirely sure, but that's the way it came out to be. But anyway, Frankenstein follows a doctor who is on the brink of a medical breakthrough with this very controversial experiment that could potentially bring back the dead, essentially. What he does is he takes parts from different bodies, from either the gallows or from recently dug graves, stuff like that, and he creates this this ideal of a man, and he puts on the experiment. Uses electricity to bring this monster to life, and hence we have Frankenstein's monster, played by Boris Karloff. And basically, Frankenstein, he's excited about this. This is a medical breakthrough, but he knows that this is going to be very controversial, and he's not sure how well this this monster is going to be in society. So. Basically, he fears that the monster will be very aggressive and everything, so he chains him up, and ultimately, the monster escapes, causes a few misunderstood mayhem. For instance, the little girl, Maria, she's throwing flowers into the river, and Frankenstein's monster, he's really enjoys these, the flower throwing and everything, and so because Maria is very pretty as well, he throws her into the river, which she can't swim, and drowns. And then he becomes a town menace, and they go and try to kill him, the townspeople, where it goes to the famous windmill. In a way, it's a very tragic story, but in another way, it's a very interesting film, especially from a scientific standpoint. Boris Karloff does a fantastic job as Frankenstein. This was truly a career-defining role that really has set his name into horror film history forever. He does a fantastic job. Absolutely loved him. The guy who played Frankenstein, Colin Clive, he did a really good job too. Honestly, he gives one of the most memorable lines in all of film history, it's just a really good movie. I really enjoyed this film. It's a black and white film. I know some people who would have issues with that, but I have no issues with it. I really enjoyed it, and honestly, I highly recommend it. In fact, I thought it was also interesting to point out that Bela Lugosi, the man who went on to make Dracula, was considered for the role of the monster, and the only reason why he didn't go with the role was because the creature had no lines, and he wanted some kind of, he wanted his character to have lines, so he ended up dropping it, and Boris Karloff took it, so I thought that was rather interesting. But anyway, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a very well done film. It's very memorable, and based off of just Karloff's performance, it's definitely a must-see, especially for horror movie fans. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I think it's a great movie, just very historically relevant and very well done. So, yeah. Tell me guys, have you seen Frankenstein? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Share your thoughts on the movie. Comment below, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to check out other videos. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. If you have any movie suggestions or TV suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And as always, I am Cory, and I will see you guys in the next one.